Hello everyone, and welcome to Zero Parades for Dead Spies. This is Zalm's new game. From the creators, from the developers, from some of the people that made Disco Elysium. Keyword some of, we are all aware of the Disco Elysium exodus and the drama. Yeah, this game is gonna struggle to escape that, and it has to be addressed. It is a very conflicting position to be in, where a game like this exists when Disco Elysium is one of the greatest video games ever made. It's just so thought-provoking and passionate, and something that shouldn't exist. It's something that is made with a reliance on finances and executives and the whole corporate angle to be able to get passionate, creative stories told out in the world, right? And in the rare off chance that something like that manages to squeeze through the cracks and be released and appreciated, maybe there's always got to be something to knock it down a peg and we get the creators laid off and removed, and there's lawsuits, and now we have multiple different disco likes happening all at once with different people that were associated with Zalm originally. This is a tough position to be in, to want to cover and take a look at Zero Parades, to see what Zalm has done next, because the conflicting element is there are genuine people that worked on this game and put their soul into it and wanted to also tell another story. It just has to unfortunately come with the baggage of what happened to all of the people involved with Disco Elysium that are not able to touch it, you know? The Disco Elysium 2 that never was, and we have Zero Parades instead. I want to acknowledge this at the beginning of the episode, that the situation is awful. And I hate it. And I wish that Disco Elysium 2 was happening. I wish that Robert Kurvitz and everybody else involved, you know, with the baby that is Disco Elysium, could happily continue to tell the stories that they want to tell without any of this sort of legal bullshit and lawsuits and any of that nonsense, right? And that's just how I feel about it. And a lot of people feel the same way. And it makes playing a game like this and covering a game like this, you know, one of those instances of you really want to experience what, you know, a story that someone wants to tell, and you don't want to support greed at the same time. This code was actually for the game was actually provided to me, so I have not bought this game myself. I'm grateful to be in a position where I can be given a copy of the game to take a look at it, right? But that doesn't change or color my perception of the game. It's not going to make me, you know, ignore any sort of drama and just like praise it. I want to acknowledge that at the start of this video here about Zalm and Disco Elysium, because Disco Elysium is one of my favorite games ever. It's very, very special. And I am excited for some elements of these disco likes that are happening all around the place in some way, shape, or form. And there's also other games that, you know, are inspired by Disco Elysium, but also games that came before it as well. Like, I want to highlight Esoteric Ebb right now. I'll take the opportunity to say, go and check out and support Esoteric Ebb. That's a game that I'm really excited to play, and I will be playing as well. Something that is inspired by like Planescape Torment in the same way Disco was, and also was being made before Disco even came out. So I think that that's something that also deserves your attention from an indie perspective if you're looking to scratch a bit of a Disco Elysium itch as well. So I'll absolutely be checking out and playing Esoteric Ebb at some point. I already purchased that one a while ago now. It's just sitting on the to-do list. But this was provided to me. I am playing this before launch to go up, you know, just a little bit before, as a little bit of an insight if you're curious with what Zero Parades contains. So with that, a bit of a long-winded disclaimer at the start, I do really want to see what this game is about. And like I said, there are genuinely passionate people that also worked on Disco Elysium that want to tell their own stories or, you know, give us something new. And there's probably a lot of other developers as well that have wanted to jump on that sort of experience with a game like this. Zaum did unionize at the end of last year as well to protect their current workers. It's a shame we had to witness the mass layoffs and removal of creators to get to that point, but that is one positive takeaway is the workforce has a little bit of protection while creating, you know, this game. So I'm happy for the people working on this game to get it out. Less happy for the people that are trying to maybe line their pockets on a level of greed that I don't feel belongs in this sort of space. That's my spiel. 6 minutes of that just to get into Zero Parades, okay? So what I will say is I like the vibe of the main menu. It feels familiar yet new at the same time, right? I really like the art style. I think we're probably going to see a very natural evolution of the visual style of Disco Elysium here, coming from the same developers. So it's a little less egregious than when you have, you know, the disco likes coming out that just are mimicking the user interface almost exactly. This kind of makes a little more sense that it would be an evolution of what came before. We just have to see if it's an evolution in the right direction, if it's something that I will enjoy. So there might be some issues. This is pre-launch. There are some things that they are still working on, like apparently some voiceover stuff and some, you know, audio and effects and whatnot. So there may or may not be some issues that we run into for our first episode. We will start a new game and let's take a look and see what the game presents us with at the beginning. Because this is a spy game. What kind of spy are you? I believe, I'm going to just assume that this is very much the same sort of preconceived elements of either having a pre-built character with stats or being able to create our own. I'm going to pick this one. And now that I am no longer covering the logo, I'm going to pop myself up here. So, custom. So we have kinetic. You excel in physical conditioning and applied violence. Emotions thwart you. An engineer of the human soul, spiritually vast, mentally undeveloped, charismatic. Your cognitive powers make up for a frail body, a big brain in a glass jar. Analytical. I will be customizing my character, the most special little spy in the whole Operant Bureau, a talent like no other. Let me see what I can do. Adjust faculties, your body and its impulses. Faculty of action, faculty of relation, how you understand people, and faculty of intellect, your modes of thinking. A protein worm, a stuttering void, and an empty chamber. We have 4 faculty points, so a little bit different. Do I balance myself or do I don't know. I kind of want to be, if I'm a spy, what type of spy do we want to be? Do we want to be the James Bond? Do we want to be the stealthy guy, stealthy smart man? I feel like I want to be, do I want to be a cognitive lightweight, a pattern noticer, a human calculator, a unified synaptic field, full intelligence, nothing else? Or do I want to be an empty chamber? Let's put 2 into intelligence. We will be a pattern noticer. Do we want to be a stuttering void, emotionally illiterate, would meet again? Let me see what these are actually. Neighborhood darling, spirit of the age. Do we want to be a protein worm, easily bruised, baseline biped, Iron Maiden, or a world record holder? So I'm thinking I'm going to do 2 in each and an extra 1 in intellect. I'm going to go 2, 2, 3. I'm tempted to go 1, 3, 3, to be honest. Depends how much health I'll have. I'll be a very, very frail little spy. Maybe. Let's be super. Let's would meet again, Pat Noticer, and a little bit of a protein worm. 1, 3, 3. Let's make the mistake of being physically inept. In return, you will also select a skill upgrade. So we downgrade one, upgrade another. So we have coordination, different parts of your body acting in concert, agile and fluid movement, physical presentation. Doppelgang. When you do more than a single, when you must do more than a single, you could. Internal strength and resistance to pressure. Instincts, the uncontrolled aspects of your physicality, raw impulses, how your organism perpetuates itself. The senses, perceptions and pleasures of the phenomenal world. Notice details that others miss. Shadow play. For any action you'd rather go undetected. Advanced covert spy techniques, the voice of your training. Very interesting. It's not what I expected in the action for a couple of these, actually. Faculty of relation, we have blueprints. Your knowledge of the city and how people use it, buried secrets, useful shortcuts, improvised exits. Cold read, attunement to facial expressions, tics, body language, read the room, and act before anyone else. Nerve, when the task requires a steady hand and a quiet mind, don't let the world see what's behind the mirror. Personalism, what makes people tick, yourself included, empathy and manipulation, your humanity at large. Statehood, social force embodied in presence and coercion, command and intimidate others, internalized propaganda, we have the authority. Faculty of intellect, entanglement, spooky action across the plane and beyond, extrasensory awareness, influence of the stars. Gray matter, deductive and inductive reasoning, the rational side of your mind finds the order in everything. Poetics, see and express what others can't, engage your creative engine, lateral thinking and subconscious associations. Records, the totality of facts about the world, episodic memory, training and education, the past in the present. And Technoflex, the secret language of machines and consumer products, bend any device or system to your will. Faculty of intellect, I really quite like. I'm actually going to, now that I've read this, I am going to take one away from here, and instead I'm going to put a second one in my action, and then I'm going to downgrade statehood, and we're going to upgrade senses of perceptions and pleasures of the phenomenal world. Notice details that others miss. So we're going to upgrade senses to a 3, take statehood to a 1 across the action, relation, and intellect trees. Raise an action skill to train your body and its impulses. Or can I upgrade one in here? I can only upgrade one in action right now. Okay, so maybe there's one skill point per tree. Well, I gave one to senses, so maybe I will also do instincts. I'm going to raise instinct. Now I can raise a relation skill to better understand people. I'm going to get cold read. Spooky action for entanglement. Raise an intellect skill to hone your modes of thinking. This one's really exciting. Honestly, I think all of these are really cool. All of these are really cool. So I think what I'm going to do is we've aimed for like a level 2, 2, and 3 across the board. But I love the things that I'm focusing on, which is something that's a bit more like instinctual and like perception and like our ability to analyze and read things. I want to be that kind of spy, I think, right? And then we'll go for... I'm a bit torn on what to choose for this one. I was thinking entanglement, but I might go for the totality of facts about the world, episodic memory, training, and education. Just like this element of having, like being tuned in, having a read on things, my instincts being good, and also the memory too. Maybe. Or just go more spooky action. Right? There you go. and we can press begin. Now, before I begin, I haven't really watched many trailers or engaged with a lot of what this story is. I think I'm aware that it's some form of you are an ex-spy, I think, and it involves maybe like a group. And that's kind of my understanding, because while I've been presented with a code and I'm checking out this game, this is less of a informative tutorial on, hey, here's everything about the game and I'm going to look it up and tell you about it, because that's not who I am as a creator normally, and I don't want that to change because I'm covering a game before it's actually come out, just getting some first impressions. So this is still me diving into a game, wanting to experience it myself as I'm playing it for a genuine playthrough experience. So that's all that I'm kind of aware of with the game, and we're going to begin and see what happens. The beginning of the war will be a secret. Jenny Holzer.
I once knew a spy.
You have a pseudopod.
She was brilliant, erratic, cursed, an anti-personal mind in human form.
Tell me about her.
Her friends called her Herschel, but to her controllers, she was Cascade.
Your name and your cryptonym. A dead limb twitches.
Very similar type of narration and kind of I'm waking up intro. It's going to be very interesting not to immediately try and compare an experience like this to Disco. So I'm going to try and just focus on it being its own thing right now. But it's a pretty undeniable comparison right off the bat. This is about last time, isn't it?
Portofino 91, the whole sick crew. A disaster untold, a black page in the official records.
Wow, so fatigue, anxiety, and delirium being stats that build up and reach an elevated threshold or a limit that's very interesting. So I've raised my own anxiety. Congratulations, this is very immersive already. No sense in rehashing the past. Well, now I have to think about my stats. A disaster untold, a black page in the official records, probably nothing. No sense in rehashing the past.
None at all. Yet here we are, standing over the smashed and leaking world.
What about Cascade? What happened after 91?
She was recalled. They put her in the freezer. Forever.
That's what...
Most thought.
That's what I assumed would happen. If I keep pushing about this intro, about this history, I am going to be raising my anxiety as a result to get there. It was nice in there, chill. I'm chill. Anxiety lowered. I'm chill.
5 years passed. A little more of the world leaked out of itself. Cascade's controllers ordered her back to Portofino.
What changed? Why send me back?
Because I asked them to. There is a new assignment, Cascade. I was supposed to give you the brief.
Well, I'm here. Where are you?
Right here. In an armchair in a safe house above a 24-hour photo shop in the city-state of Portofino.
Who'd you say you were?
No one special. Just an arm-like sack of cytoplasm. A special move unique to single-cell organisms. But before that, I was like you. A spy for the People's Republics. One of the varieties of mankind. This is a dangerous place, Cascade. I should never have come.
Why? What happened to you?
I got caught with my pants down. On the plus side, I no longer have to worry about independent thought or movement.
Hold on. How are we talking right now?
We're not. This is all you. Conversing with your own mental projections. Reconciling the dissonance inherent to your role, like you were trained to do.
What's your perspective, pseudopod?
Life is beautiful, cruel, full of hidden cues that I missed. Maybe next time.
I'm sorry we never got to know each other.
Don't blame yourself, operant. Whatever happens has already happened.
I'm turning into a sorry spy already? Wow. Let's kick off the game with a healthy level of 5 anxiety points. I really like the visual presentation of that at the moment. That's really cool. Wake up. Here we are. Okay. We have our first look of a brand new Zaum-related environment. I really have missed this sort of visual presentation. I will say that. It's going to be tough for me to genuinely separate from where my head is at in terms of disco being such a special, crazy experience, and then here we are, you know, playing something new that it feels so similar, and trying to split that up is going to be intriguing. This is the guy caught with his pants down, by the way. We have objective view. That's cool. Okay, so current location, party alley, viewing photo 24. We have an objective view that currently is not working when I'm selecting the stuff with the controls. But I like that. It's like similar to when we could highlight objects, but now we have an objective view of things and it points out stuff that I can look at and look for. Nothing in my hand. 26 soul. Let's have a look at my dossier. Recently slept, cannot sleep. Lasts for 7 hours. Cool. I want to take a look at what we're being presented with visually here. So we have our spy dossier. The controls on bracket. It pops up with controls and it doesn't actually let me. I don't know if, can I? All right, controls on here don't work either yet. So I don't think I have access to these parts of the inventory just yet. Nearly identical sets of shirts and trousers ironed and folded. Dishes recently washed. Something is rooting through the bin in the alley below. I do like the UI. I like the presentation of the images of depending on our stats and what we can interact with. Shall I catch this man with his pants down now? Pseudopod, you presume.
Displayed on the chair before you is a man, approximately mid-30s. His chest rises and falls in steady rhythm as he stares beyond you, unblinking. Alive, yet not alive.
I feel like it's mimicking lizard brain like voice, but it's not working for me. Instincts, passive check result is your skill level 3 plus 6. So we are doing dice rolling just as before. Hello, pseudopod.
His eyes are fixed glassily on the ceiling. The pupils quiver like a failing heartbeat.
Look at the ceiling.
Cream paint, peeling slightly. A small room in a city past its prime. Nothing to suggest why the man is so interested in it.
Touch his arm.
No response. No jolt. No tremor.
We have to do his sleeper agent phrase. We gotta wake him up. He's a sleeping spy. Oh, I had a failure. They're going to pin this on you, obviously. That's why you're here. This is a big setup. I failed my grey matter. Now, there wasn't any voice for this, but there's been voices for others, so I think this is one of those moments to clarify. Apparently, there is voice work that will be added in the future. So, I played Disco Elysium the Final Cut, and that was when they were like, here's all this voice acting, go crazy, and the original release didn't. So, I don't think it'll be a situation where we'll have to wait for a Final Cut or something, but I just think it'll be like, it'll get added in with some updates post-launch, I assume. Let's look in his eyes.
The green of long corroded copper. As for the face around the eyes, his jaw hangs slack, his glasses askew. The lopsided headphones accentuate a large bald spot atop his crown.
A bald spot so pristine it simply cannot go unrubbed. Rub his bald spot for luck.
Highly pleasing rubbability.
Status gained, feeling lucky. Where does that go? Here? Nerve +1, entanglement +1, lasting for 6 hours. Cool. I like the status effects that are coming in. That's sick. I've rubbed the head, I feel lucky. Now your prints are all over him, the trap is sprung. My grey matter is failing me right now. Wipe your hands on your pants. Now your prints are on you too. They're already on me. Study his clothes.
Stiff collared shirt, a snug brown jacket, and nothing below the waist but a pair of red briefs.
Is this a self-abuse session?
Being a lone operant in a foreign theatre is an extreme pressure role. Some require extreme release. As your eyes reach his feet, you notice that the man is also wearing 3 layers of socks, each slightly shorter than the one beneath it.
Gotta stay warm when you don't have pants on. Check the area around him.
There is no smell of alcohol, nor any open containers, no drug paraphernalia either. Just a loose cord trailing to the stereo system. Like a cosmonaut's safety tether.
Quick, put the headphones on. Give him some tunes. Check his vitals.
Your fingers detect a faint, steady pulse within the base of his wrist. Elevated, but not critical.
We're already reaching conclusions. Someone has definitely tried to take him out. Something that I find quite interesting is when he's like in the opening thing, he was like, I've been caught with my pants down. I'm like, am I the one who caught him? Am I the one that spoke with him? I'm saying, sorry, we can't be friends. What role do I have to play? It's like this seeming thing of like, there's a few bits of information we have of things gone wrong. And apparently he's supposed to be giving me a briefing. Or is he? Seems medical.
If so, his affliction is beyond your diagnostic power. The man's eyes glisten. Bright red veins blossom around their edges.
Are we really gonna land on this is a setup? First impression, I can't work with this.
There may be little opportunity for a second, based on the current visual. However he ended up like this, the result is the same. Operant lost. Your operant. Your double. You.
We're going for a full anxiety speed run. Searching for clues.
Clipped to the inside flap of his jacket, you find a laminated badge, emblazoned with the crest of the Import-Export Bureau of the People's Republic of Kohila. The name reads Esteman T. Below that, a title, M. Exlead Hosiery. Sock merchant, one of the opera's most battle-tested covers.
Stocks, extremely soft core.
Reliable core, though operants are encouraged to submit new proposals for in-fitter practices, if so inclined.
Check his pockets.
3 other things of note: a slip of paper, a business card, and a rock-hard piece of candy.
Examine the business card.
The card is cheap and scuffed. It reads, "All you need is miracle," above a cartoonish image of disembodied lips at a phone receiver.
I can now access my journal. Ooh. Loose ends. Information that might be useful later. Pseudopod had a business card for some kind of sensuous phone line. We can add a tag on it and remove a tag, which I guess is kind of trying to highlight things. I really do like the artwork. And I think that was something I was probably confident in going into this game, would be I would like the art direction. I would, and I do. So we have some loose ends in the journal and my void of notes. Very cool. I've gained some experience. Look at me go.
Notably absent is an actual phone number.
Turn the card over.
There's an indecipherable scribble. Whatever's written seems to begin with a D. Into your pocket it goes.
Oh, and there's the inventory. Cool. All right, so there's our stats. We have our sensuous business card. All you need is miracle. Full luscious lips whisper into a plastic telephone receiver. There is no phone number. The miracle might be the clue. Maybe miracle is the number. You have to translate that on an old phone to where the text for where the letters go for numbers. We have all drug, clothing, tools, and other. We have our clothing. Let's take a look at what we're wearing. Let's have a look at the fit. Fit check. We have a Vostotok blend coat, a classic Vostotok slicker tailored for the city's months-long downpours. Its opacity shifts with the weather, once sparked rumors of a haunting in Satellite Facility B. We get Technoflex +1. We have some kind of shoes. Eyes in the tops of my shoes with some gum on the bottom. Brown loafers with a unique eyeball-shaped buckle, gifted by an old friend, perhaps meant as a reminder there are eyes everywhere. Cold read +1 and coordination +1. This is something that I forgot as well, is the outfit buffs as well. So we're going to get a couple of things even higher than before, which is nice. We have our pants, sensible, straight-legged, and clinched around the waist for appropriately bureaucratic discomfort, doppelgang +1. And our neck-protected guns out. 30 identical units are folded in a darkened closet back in Novessa, our silvery tank top for an Instincts +1 gun show, and Blueprints -1 foreign shimmer. Very cool. Examine the slip of paper.
It's a purchase order for 10 socks, made out to Carmuna Pessoa, Fashions and Garments Bootleg Bazaar.
Cool. Into the loose ends. Now, in regards to adding a tag, still not sure how that's going to come in handy. We will experiment later.
Bootleg Bazaar. No coordinates found. Some kind of marketplace, and not one you've ever been to.
Just 10 pairs?
5 pairs. 10 socks.
I'll hold on to this.
The slip of paper grows heavy in your hand. It feels like a baton.
Feels like a button. Feels like a baton. Proof of intent to buy a meager number of Superblock socks, signed by Carmuna Pessoa. Candy. Nice.
A wrapped up rectangle of compressed sugar. It's so hard that your fingers cannot make an impression, no matter how much you strain.
Maybe it's not actually candy.
Cola flavor, if you had to guess.
Didn't know they still made these. Eat it.
It takes 5 jaw tenses before you manage to shatter it. Sugary daggers jab the inside of your mouth.
My favorite part about playing a game like this is apparently I will just make the worst decisions possible until I don't. Your tongue is a glass-dusted carpet, your inner cheek bloodied ribbons. The flavor is nothing like cola, deeply unpleasant. Not bad. Keep chewing.
After a few more game attempts to chew, it takes all the will you possess to swallow the jagged claw. Its aftertaste contaminates your mouth.
I'm a good spy. Enough rifling.
You retract your hand from the man's pockets.
Well, he's not going to say anything, so he won't hear me say it. Only you will. The assignment, man, what is it?
A snail's trail of dried saliva glints on the side of his chin.
Ooh, statehood. Yes, that thing that I decided to not level. We have our first red check. We rubbed a bald spot. A pulse is present. Searched his pockets, but he's clearly non-responsive. We have an 8% chance to coerce Pseudopod back into service. It's a red check that I cannot retry. What else have I got to do? Oh, hang on. There's statehood, but then there's also the ability to exert, to throw 3 dice, roll at least 2 with the 2 highest. It bumps us up to a remain hopeful for a 19%, but my anxiety cost as a result to 15. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, and nothing was ever achieved that was worthwhile without a little bit of a risk involved. Exert. Hold on, let me just understand what's happening here. So if I press exert, it takes it up, and then I can click it, right? We're doing it. And we failed. I remained hopeful. And that's my fault, but that's okay.
The people spies will not be caught shirking.
This silent treatment constitutes a Class A war crime against you. Time for intervention. Physical. We did so well. We literally lost by 1. Which is a shame. That is a shame. And now as a result, with my anxiety at 15, what does this change? Let's have a look. Cannot exert relation checks. Okay, so now that I'm too anxious, I can no longer do that again. Where is my assignment brief? Shake him very hard.
You grab him by his skinny shoulders and heave him upright, his head lolling backwards as he rises.
Done. I'm a genius.
This non-reaction is alarmingly reactionary. If keeping him is no gain, then losing him is no deficit.
Why are you fucking me, Pseudopod?
If there's any fucking going on around here, this man is instigating none of it.
This is my big comeback. You're being extremely selfish. Useless. Drop him.
He lands in an awkward position, a cut string puppet, bony hips raised to the air like antennas. Flaunting a reactionary pose, further insult. Leave the brief hog where he lies.
And stay floored.
He does not respond, though if you didn't know any better, his deserted eyes seem to be urging you towards the bathroom. A drop of blood shines on his lip, He must have bitten his tongue on the way down.
No, it was just another one of those candies.
Out of his chair, he looks smaller, more fragile, and deeply lost. Thousands of miles away, his mother flinches in her sleep.
That's cool. So, rough start. Let's try again. You looking forward to working together? I just had a massive dissociative episode. Very intense. You were talking to me. Your thoughts on this, operant, if any?
Saliva leaks from the corner of the man's mouth and pools on the floor.
Could have thrown his line back at him of whatever happens has happened. Whatever will happen has happened. Couldn't help but notice your designated lead. I know in my heart I am lead. The opera can do what they must. This was supposed to be my big comeback. It's cool. All my assignments start like this. Exactly. Let's check back in again later. Hey, pseudo partner, let me run something by you. So it is the same stuff. Well, yeah, so nothing more to be done.
Your double didn't notice your arrival. He doesn't notice your departure either.
I'm not going to apologize for not selling socks together. I'm not a sorry spy. I did increase... without even playing the game, I took an assumption and said, I'm going to make interactable objects like with a thicker outline, just in case I miss them. I was like, that's a cool option, but I don't think that I need to, honestly, because it is, yeah, it is thick enough. A mid-range stereo system set to standby mode. We need to plug this man's headphones in and get him into
The
it.
cord from the unconscious man's headphones. You come to a mid-sized home stereo resting on a sideboard.
Check the disc deck.
Through the translucent view panel, you see a single red disc loaded in place. On the face of the disc are the words, Ultravioletta, you but from a dream, handwritten on thin strips of tape.
Hmm.
You don't recognize the artist.
Probably mainstream to try a cool local act. I'm in.
So is the disc, ready to spin.
Unplug the headphones, press play.
The chunky button makes a satisfying little thunk as you push it in. The discus begins to turn. You know because the spindle was rotating, though the speakers don't produce any sound at all.
Maybe it can only be listened to through the headphones. Maybe it's a signal. If it's a spy-related disc, it might need a little something to get it working. Turn up the volume.
No sound, save the thin layer of static that lines the inner cables.
Keep listening.
The music player blinks, slowly. Or do you? You can't tell.
Is this thing broken?
It doesn't appear to be. The disc is spinning the way it's meant to.
Keep listening.
The silence is being overtaken by a different silence, like the slow darkening of night across the wall of an empty room.
Listen a little bit more.
This new silence seeps into every corner of your body, loosening fixtures, rattling drawers. Seeing what will come with it.
Listen a little bit more.
There is still no sound, but in your mind an image forms of a blasted heath, a smouldering circle at its center. Figures in tattered robes stagger and sway on the horizon.
I shouldn't be able to exert myself anymore, right? Because of my anxiety? Apparently I can. To get it to a 27. Oh, sorry, to get it to a 52. It's a white check that I can retry. What is this disc doing to me? May I exert myself even further? I'm feeling lucky I rubbed a bald head today.
Your mind blanks. The power grid ravaged by an unseen, faraway storm.
We're having a great day, by the way. Look at me. I am the picture of perfect health down here. Oh, I'm the picture of perfect health down here. That's what I'm telling you, baby. I cannot exert intelligence checks. Cannot exert relation checks. I am now down. I'm down in the dumps. I need to take a rest. Where am I?
A second-floor studio apartment above the Photo 24 while you wait film lab on Orphanage Street in the independent city-state of Portofino.
If I didn't keep listening to this disc, what kind of a spy am I, you know? To really determine the secret code within the layering of the CD. The compact disc, I need to get my brain on a same sort of compact level. Apparently I didn't succeed though, so, you know, by 2. It's not good at my job.
Slowly, you return to yourself. The apartment looks the same. Just about.
This is the problem. This was supposed to be my big comeback. My comeback is being prevented by this guy. Hold on, what's going on?
Nothing. You're simply playing a disc on a common home stereo system. The sort of thing millions of people across the world do every day.
I probably shouldn't be messing with this.
No, you probably shouldn't.
I will press stop. We hit our limit of 15 delirium. So
Static quiets as you reset the volume.
I'm going for a record. I need to fatigue myself now. We're doing the maxed out stats speed run. I'm gonna press eject and take the disc.
A brief internal hum. Then the disc slides halfway out of the machine and waits there like it's trying to hide from you. You remove the red disc and place it into your pocket.
You But From a Dream, Ultra Violetta. The crimson disc your double was listening to when he was zeroed out. Its handwritten label reads, Ultra Violetta, You But From a Dream. I reckon he probably failed, and that's the result. But I won't fail. I'm going to find out what this is. Enough stereo.
As you turn away, a phone begins to ring.
Dare I answer? All right. Probably urgent.
You pick up the phone. The handset vibrates in your palm.
Say nothing.
A peculiar species of static washes over your ear. The exquisite work of the Magic Box, one of the proudest achievements of the Opera's Technical Services Office.
I'm no longer delirious.
Half a world away, a familiar voice splits into 256,000 encrypted fragments before coalescing again by your ear.
Please tell me you have good news.
Melita, your controller.
5 years, 3 months, 10 days. That's how long it's been since her voice was in your ear.
I assume I would be going from doing code name, but then I don't have news, I have a problem.
Operant Cascade, you made it. Your voice hasn't changed.
Her voice is just as you remember.
We'll get to your problem in a moment. Put Pseudopod on the line.
About the problem.
You glance over at the man face down on the floor. This is wrong. You shouldn't be here. This should be happening to someone else.
I'm delirious again.
You feel the receiver slipping from your sweaty palm.
Something's very wrong with him. He's breathing but non-responsive. More than that, I can't say.
For a moment, no one says anything. There's no sound at all, save for the blood in your ear and the electrostatic hum of the ultra-long-distance connection.
Has he been zeroed out?
Eliminated, killed, rendered inoperant.
He's not wearing any pants. I don't know if that's related. A lot of stuff that we have here. There was a blank disc in the music player, which seems to be something more peculiar. Especially as he had headphones in. That's like the last thing that he's kind of interacting with.
Very odd. Why would he be listening to a blank disc?
There was something very mysterious about it. Not entirely human.
Probably a manufacturing defect. I don't see how a disc could have anything to do with Pseudopod's condition.
Well, maybe I could tell you if I passed that check. I found a card for a phone line in his pocket, but there's no number on it.
That doesn't tell us much. What else?
There was a purchase order in his jacket pocket for a bunch of socks.
So what? Your cover was meant to be sock importers.
It was only for 10 socks, Mel. 5 pair. That's weird, isn't it?
Excuse me, why the fuck are we talking about socks?
I'm saying Pseudopod may have been practicing method espionage.
Method espionage? Is that some sort of joke? I'll ask one more time. Is your double zeroed out?
Hey, nobody wants to have fun anymore, man. Nobody wants to have fun in this life. My anxiety limit has reached. My brain is going to explode. I have reached my limit. Lower a skill to mitigate the damage. Oh my god. The consequences for my reckless actions. Let's take down our nerve. I've lost my nerve. I'll tell you that much. Is that permanent? My anxiety is reset. Ah. All I had to do was suffer ego death and lose my nerve, and now I just feel so much better. I just feel so much better after the removal of that weight. My nerve will sit at a 2 still because of my clothing.
You must speak the word. She cannot make the determination herself. 5,000 kilometers away, in a small office deep underground, a mid-level controller of the Operant Bureau leans forward and cups a hand over her earpiece.
I mean, what did we say earlier? I think we did say that he's been zeroed out. Yes.
Right. I wonder which it is. Have our enemies blown us up already? Or is this just another day at the basement massage parlor of spy services? Fucking hell. The opera's going to hang me by the toes. For you, it's back to Satellite Facility B.
AKA the Freezer, the Opera's labyrinthine archival complex, where the old, useless, and discredited are consigned until they're dismissed or die of despair. Archives, mountains of paper, shiver, resist.
Whatever happens has already happened.
Is that your way of telling me to fuck off? You haven't even got the assignment.
I tried. Pseudopod wouldn't give it to me.
Listen to me. This assignment is over. Effective immediately. The woman in the photo shop downstairs, Constance, she's one of ours. Let her deal with Pseudopod.
The photo lady, right. What should I tell her?
Do not tell her anything she doesn't need to know. As for you, we need to get you on the next aerotram out of the city.
Even as your controller is speaking, your mind is settling back into familiar grooves. The old mechanisms slide and click into position. Something about the strange red disc nags at the edge of your consciousness, Perhaps the room contains other leads as well.
I love, I'm like, deduce why the opera sent me. A red check that I cannot retry. If we can't retry it, there's only one thing I need to do. Roll at least a 10. Perfect.
No way things have gone this bad this quickly. There's only one possible explanation.
Mel, is this some kind of simulation?
Simulation. That's a new one.
Precisely what the facilitator of a simulation would be required to say.
The whole catatonic double concept, very original. Fair play.
This must be some kind of maladapted trauma response.
You want me to think I've let everyone down again when actually I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to?
There should still be flights departing for Superblock territory tonight. Make sure you're on one of them.
It's sick, Mel. I'm getting turned on.
I'm not responding to that. This assignment is over. Get on the next tram.
No, I'm not going.
Then you're going to end up like Pseudopod. Zeroed out. Your choice.
A click, and the line goes dead.
I cannot help but be very intrigued by where we are right now. I will say that. Especially the fact that I don't know where this could go and that I've probably butchered it entirely with a full anxiety-ridden adventure. The Unassigned assignment. Your controller Melita tried to call off the assignment as your partner is incapacitated, but your gut tells you he was onto something. Find a good reason to stay on the job and you'll save yourself from professional obsolescence. Piece together what Pseudopod did before you arrived. And there we go. Now we can see the task that we can tag. So we've got our second one now. Very good. Pseudopod, we're doing so well, you and I. Let's keep looking around. A familiar flash of red catches your eye. Shall we look at the bathroom?
This small table has been turned into a makeshift desk. A startlingly red folder stands out against the clutter.
So that was seeing the object, now I can examine it. Examine the red folder.
A small label in the top left corner is printed with one word. Your cryptonym, Cascade.
So this is what we were looking over when we came out of that haze.
It screams danger, not for human consumption.
Your hand hesitates. Open the red folder.
The folder opens with a whoosh. Before you in neat monospace type, your life is condensed to its barest elements. Name Will Kershaw, cryptonym Cascade. Born Landau, former Republic of Mercia. Dependents none. Pay class D2. Years of service 14.
And that's me, baby. My name's Herschel Wilk.
All true. None of it useful just now.
Keep reading.
Childhood. Bourgeois, typical. History of student radicalism led to persecution by monotheist reactionaries. Fled to People's Republic of Kohila. Embraced post-historical materialism. In short, born capitalist, reborn communist.
I only said that stuff so they'd let me in.
Medical record. History of dissociative episodes and reckless action. Gunshot, chest. Retained bullet. 10 millimeters pre-service.
Wow.
The bullet nuzzles your aorta. Your heartbeat flutters.
I like to keep the dangerous things close. What can I say?
Sexuality. Homosexual tendencies. Unconfirmed.
Unconfirmed. A vicious rumor started by my extremely horny detractors.
Suicide risk minimal. Ideation only.
It's all ideation until you commit.
End of list. According to this file, that's all there is to you.
Raw facts cannot capture the totality of my being.
According to the opera's remembrances, raw facts are the totality of your being.
Anything else in there?
There's another page behind this one. It's labeled Service History.
We can find out about 91. Operant zeroed out. Very raw facts. I'm feeling lucky. Back to the freezer, and I recognize myself. Now I need to roll at least 10. And I can exert myself for a little more anxiety. I'm feeling just so exerting today. It's a shame that my nerve was the skill to take a hit earlier. It does just over double my chances. Honestly, it's just one extra dice. I can roll a 10. Ready? We're gonna roll 2 6s. 2 6s. Fuck.
Your hand grinds to a halt above the page and remains there.
Fuck this fuck-ass life of mine.
A full minute passes.
Maybe later.
Or never. That works too.
I will rummage through the desk.
Amidst the crumpled sheets of copy paper and empty takeout containers, you find an opened pack of cigarettes. Suprema mark. Suprema 100s. Cheap superblock export. Smokes. Ease of mind. Cool.
Oh, shit quality, barely smokable, emergency use only. Examine the cigarettes.
There's nothing outwardly noteworthy about this pack of Suprema 100s. It's like any other found in commissaries and corner stores across the People's Republics. Except...
Hold on.
secreted neatly against the inner wall of the pack, just as you were once taught to do yourself, a crisply folded sheet of A7 paper. It reads: ZWS, JMXVB TW, AON, TRRA, KB, ZQYMUSGS.
We have a cipher. We've got a spy code thing hidden in the inner wall of the cigarette pack. What does it mean?
You've carried papers like this, folded up and hidden away in secret pockets and compartments.
That's right, I've got a base level knowledge of things. This is ciphertext.
Short, uneven letter chains, likely a Rosetta cipher, the most basic kind used by the Operant Bureau, designed to be decrypted by a one-time key.
Take the smokes.
The pack slides nicely into your pocket, as though it always belonged there.
So we have a cipher. Smells like home, tastes like tar. Delirium -2 and fatigue +1. Delirium -2, huh? Seems necessary.
ZWS, JMXVB TW, AON, TRRA, KB, ZQYMUSGS.
Lame loser shit.
The perfectly ordered letters offer no response.
I will step back.
You turn away from the desk.
Might end up having a bit of a smoke in a sec. Alright, let's have a look. His pants.
A pair of men's trousers are hung delicately over the shower rail. If Pseudopod's pants were attempting to flee the scene, they did not make it very far.
Search the pockets.
The front and back pockets are completely empty, except for a few pieces of linen. Your hoist-in must have compressed his lungs somehow. Unless...
Search the pockets again thoroughly.
You discover a small extra pocket inside the front right pocket.
Yeah? A pocket disguised as a pocket.
You slip 2 fingers inside and come away with a neatly folded sheet of paper.
A pseudo-secret.
The page is notebook-sized and perforated along one edge. It reads: THA 7LESAPR 032 WIFO 9W TBGFL W25.
We have the key for the cipher. Nice teamwork, Pseudopod. examine the trousers after we've already done all of this?
Brown, shapeless, utterly unremarkable.
And why are they hanging in the bathroom?
One of the many mysteries concerning men's trousers.
Hung up for later.
He was trying to smooth out creases with shower steam.
Step back from the trousers. Allow them to be uncreased.
You leave the trousers as they were.
Oh, let's go have a look at this cipher.
You return to the desk. The red folder is still sitting on its surface.
I have a shadow play. The need for leads, teamwork, no assignment in sight, called back to base, my disassociative episode, and my lame loser shit. Oh, my lame loser shit. Oh. I gotta roll at least an 8. And I am going to exert myself. I'm actually cursed. There's no way.
Time key is that it requires nothing more than basic addition to use. Sadly, basic maths elude you just now.
What are we doing? We have 3 dice and I rolled 2 1s. The game is rigged from the start. Well, yeah, you know, just loosening up. Been a while, early rounds.
Your espionage limb is still 4 an hour. A few spasms here and there, but no directed movement.
The whole game is rigged against me to make me fail everything intentionally. Step back.
You turn away from the desk.
2 1s in 3 dice rolls does genuinely feel so insulting.
Bed looks serviceable. Deformed pillows and a depression in the mattress show it has been used. Room for 2. You were supposed to lie here alongside your double.
You don't want to share the bed, do you, Pseudopod? Didn't think so.
Seems it is all yours then, should you ever want to lay in it. You turn away. Daylight spills in from the window.
No sleepy time on day 1 just yet.
You dial your controller's number. The phone buzzes. After several rings, someone picks up.
I thought you were headed out. What is it?
I just wanted to hear your voice again.
Now you've heard it. Get moving, operant.
The line goes dead.
I think she likes me. I don't know what you guys think. But I think that I've cooked myself pretty hard.
You return to your double splayed, upturned body.
Hey pseudo partner, let me run something by you. You don't think this is my fault, do you? Cool, just checking. I'm sorry we won't get the chance to sell socks together. There's like an E pop-up here briefly, but I think that is just tied to him.
You return to...
Like, not the chair. Okay. Looking through my objective reality, our magic box phone line, I think we've done quite well. Now let's go down to Photo Lady and say, hey, I'm not allowed to tell you anything. This is the door you came in from. Muffled voices rise from the shop below. Time for us to finally leave the room that we have started in. Feeling very delirious, a little bit anxious, and, you know, honestly, a bit tired with what we've gone through at the start.
Enough! You're blacklisted. Take your sick little games elsewhere.
Easy, lady. I just want to develop some photographs. I'm not trying to take your innocence.
Does that poor girl even know what you're up to?
You have a wild imagination. A little photo should not count as a crime. It's not like it's a loaded gun or something.
This guy's trying to get us some nudie photos developed, yeah?
Loaded gun. Your hair stands on end.
That's what they call me.
The woman casts a split-second glance in your direction. Requesting assistance. Not your fight. Remain in bushes.
What's going on here?
Stark realities that prevent me from pursuing my interests. Also racism, maybe.
A crackle of recognition behind his eyes as they meet yours.
We have the option to say, where do you know him from? Which is, again, another red check I've been presented with to roll at least a 9. In this cursed dice rolling life of mine, all I can do is roll them. What's the worst that could happen?
Nowhere. You've never seen this man before in your life.
What is the worst that could happen?
What?
He gives you an aggressive look.
She's probably another victim of your so-called street art.
Where do you know me from?
What a full spectrum question. Perhaps you've been huffing photochemicals with this confused woman. Very well. Photo 24 can have this round. Thank you for this extreme stress I'll now carry through my day.
He gives you one more glance as he leaves, garish coat flapping behind him.
One last look.
That was exciting, wasn't it?
Who was that man?
Nobody. A seedy little oddity who likes making fantastical threats.
He seemed to know me from somewhere.
Probably just his lascivious aura. He's a local specimen. I doubt he ever gets out of Kisak.
You've not seen the last of him. The two of you are bound by a hideous orange thread.
Entanglement indeed.
Ah, while I have it here, this is the screwdriver pseudopod requested. For the fax machine.
Oh.
This toolkit looks so empty, barely usable in its current state. Fortunately, it appears highly expandable.
Let me go have a look at this fax machine.
She gestures towards the monstrous off-white plastic machine behind you.
Speaking of, where is your double?
She cranes her neck as though looking for something behind you.
This woman could be a valuable source of information if you can prise it from her.
Another red check of needing to roll at least a 10. I like that I can tell her or not. What's wrong with the fax machine exactly?
It's that little amber light. It means out of order, and I haven't been able to get it to green, meaning in order.
Just looking at that thing causes you to take psychic damage. Best stay away.
Pseudopod assured me this machine was a vital tool of communication, as precious to our work as the magic box we installed on your room phone.
That thing looks evil. I want nothing to do with it.
That's precisely the problem. I don't want anything to do with it either. You've received all sorts of technical training, I presume. I would think getting a little light to turn green should be well within your powers.
A dread beast humming with dormant power. A handless scribe. It just needs to be soothed.
God, will I ever succeed in this life? I am not when I'm continuing to roll on 30-ish% chances. Hold on. We barely spoke when I came in. I didn't even introduce myself.
No introductions necessary. You're operant Cascade. I'm Constance, of course.
And your role is...
Special asset, liminal class. Making my debut with the Operant Bureau.
my debut with the Operant Bureau. Say nothing, just nod.
She gives you a curt but respectful nod in return.
Before we get into it, I want to make one thing clear. Just because I'm working for the opera does not make me some kind of communist.
So what are you?
A happily settled small businesswoman, a model petite bourgeois.
So even though we're colleagues, we're also class foes. That's cool. My communism is strictly ironic.
My mother and father were hardcore Nestoristas. It would rattle their urns to know their only daughter has shacked up with the communists. So don't even attempt to seduce me with your post-historical dialectics. Your double already tried his hardest. I'm here strictly for the espionage.
Right. I look forward to working together.
If there's any support you require, just say. I've got nearly everything in order, except for this monstrous fax machine.
She looks at you, awaiting instructions.
I really haven't been able to get any more pluses from this conversation, so what I will say is, fuck. A modular tool holder, first prototyped by the defector Belkov in 47. Its utility is entirely dictated by having the right extensions installed. Blueprints +1. I'll give it my best go on the fax machine. It will be fine. Trust me, it will be just fine. What's wrong, Pseudopod? Yeah, this is really cool artwork. There we go, look. So we have him. He's sitting in the chair. Actually, no, it's different. He is headphones in with the red disc sitting on it, taking the headphones off and walking into the void. It's definitely something to do with the disc that has put him in this situation. There was no sound on the disc, but listening to it felt strange. I love that it's get a second condition. I could tell her about it, or I will say, Pseudopod asked me to look into something. Do you know how to get to the bootleg bazaar?
She studies the wrinkled slip of paper a moment before returning it.
I don't know who this Carmuna is, or what's her connection to Pseudopod. But the bootleg bazaar, that's no mystery. Pseudopod was just down there yesterday.
And there you go. Piece together what Pseudopod did before you arrived. He had business in the bootleg bazaar. What was Pseudopod looking for there?
He said he intended to interview some of the vendors. I can't tell you what he was after precisely.
Well, if we're going to be selling socks in the bazaar, we probably need to get a bit of an understanding and feel like we belong.
There. 2 lines of inquiry converge. Bring this purchase order to the bazaar. That's your next stop.
How do I get to this bazaar?
You can practically see it from the front door. Due south, in the ruins of the old Essilk factory. Head west from the roundabout. If by some chance you find yourself in Party Alley, it means you've gone the wrong way.
Very good. Thank you, Constance.
Anything for the assignment.
Oh, cool. Just don't go upstairs.
Was there anything else?
Do you happen to know what this miracle is about?
I certainly don't. It looks flirtatious.
Do you partake in flirtations, Constance?
Never during working hours. Seedy business attracts itself. Try the Fogged Mirror. It's a bar just to the west, along Party Alley.
We finally unlocked our map, kind of. Not just yet, but almost.
The shiver of a familiar name. Smell of old wood and cigarette ash. Tap of spilled drinks on the underside of your shoe. Your old haunt, where you met with your former assets once upon an assignment.
I'm familiar.
She gives you a brief nod.
I need your help with something work-related.
Very well.
What's your opinion on the assignment?
Forgive me. Is this some kind of test? Shouldn't you be the one advancing thesis and so forth?
This is pretty typical, I'd say.
A bit early for such a declaration, isn't it? You've only just arrived. Forgive me, is this some kind of test? Shouldn't you be the one advancing thesis and so forth?
Just your general impressions, then.
Granted, this is only my debut, but it seems to me that something's very amiss. No matter what we do, nothing appears to go according to plan.
I've been thinking the same thing. I've been rolling dice and they've all been failures, and I think that the simulation is rigged against me specifically.
Pseudopod says it's all part of the work, but it gives me a rather unsettled feeling.
I love the concept of, like, is this a simulation? And we're in a giant simulation. And I love that element from the point of view that we are playing a video game, and this is a simulated experience that can indeed change. It's technically a simulation from a fourth wall perspective.
Strange. Pseudopod seems to be taking it extremely seriously.
Well, if you call laying face down in a puddle of your own drool ass up in the air extremely seriously, yes he is. That's all for now.
She gives you a nod.
I'll head for the bazaar, see what I can find.
Before you do, I understand this is your first time back in theatre for some time.
She hesitates, a little shy all of a sudden.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, welcome back to the opera.
It's going so well. Thank you. Now, Constance can go upstairs, and then maybe she'll discover Pseudopod, and that'll be up for her to decide how that goes. She spends slow afternoons rearranging the postcards under glass. Precarious stacks of Holiday Cards 97 pre-order. Swimming lessons with Paolo. Bin day is now bi-weekly. Parakeets for sale. The beaded curtain neatly splits public and private spheres. And shelves stacked by a hoarder, then labeled by an obsessive.
The screen flickers. Static turns to black. A booming voice emerges.
Man with a bag on his head. Did you know water covers approximately 63% of the world, but the sky covers 100%? What's the world trying to hide?
Wrong. The sky is only 98% sky. The other 2% is used to cover up the fact that they replaced the moon 4 times.
On screen, there appears a man with a paper bag over his head. He gesticulates wildly.
But they don't want you to know that. That's why they're coming for me. But not before I tell you the truth.
The screen warps and color shifts. Between clips of the bagman talking, a phone number flashes urgently.
I will write down his number.
You jot down the digits as Bagman watches on.
Who and what is this?
I am Subcommandante Beckman, and this is the reality situation. No breaks, no filters, no cowards.
Did you respond when I asked the question, or were you going to ask that, and I preemptively asked a question that you were always going to answer? Subcommandante. Who gave him that rank?
This is a war, and I don't take orders from anyone, especially not reality.
He glares into the camera, paper slot wide. But doesn't reality outrank most military structures?
Above Bagman's head, the words psychic control grid scroll across the screen.
Keep watching.
I know about the Boers. I know about iodine. La Luz's invisible aircraft carriers. Weaponized nostalgia. Microbial microphones. Lunar obfuscation programs.
There's been a couple of points of dialogue being not exactly what is written, which is interesting, so I will read those out if it does change a bit. As he said, the Boers and the techno-fascist imprints who secretly rule La Luz. Weaponized nostalgia. Microbial microphones, lunar obfuscation programs. Wait, what was that about imprints? And And then some dialogue is yet to be voiced, I suppose. Like I said. For 300 years, the Lusian elite have been producing psychic copies of themselves, all to preserve the consciousness of one man, the original techno-fascist. What else are they hiding from us?
Find out what I know by tuning into the reality situation. Airing until they shut us down.
Now ask yourself, why is the man with the bag on his head the only one saying these things? Turn away from the TV. Or should we say, who and what is this?
I am
And we'll do this again.
Commandante Beckman, and this is that.
Alright,
Sounds from the commercial fade.
I turn away. I can't ask him those questions anymore, as if he can answer to them in real time. Hey, there's something behind this door. Can I go in there? Secret code mailbox looking thing. One of the fuses is held together with a coin. Okay, that's incredible. The sense of malignant mystery emanates from the fax machine. Now, would a fatigued, anxious, delirious spy be able to fix this fax machine? Let's find out.
A humongous white block of office technology sits in front of you. It looks like a sacrificial altar made of plastic. Inside, mechanical parts are assembled in such a way that it can scream analog messages across huge distances.
What could be sacrificed here?
Image quality, and whatever remains of human patience.
Remove the panel.
Your screwdriver makes short work of the starhead screws holding the side panel in place. You set them aside one by one, and gently remove the plastic panel.
Okay, a safe-ish bet. Rolling at least a 6. 72% without needing to exert myself because I feel a little bit delirious. Technoflex. You have to be, like, fucking shitting me.
There's no sense to be made of the mass of wires, belts, and rollers before you.
What is happening in this game? I haven't had a single successful roll, dude. Even on that high of a percentage, it's still a 30-ish percentage chance to lose. And I lost once again. Why am I even considering this? I'm not tech support.
I was assured there'd be many urgent communiques coming through this machine.
Well, feel free to give it a shot.
You turn away from the fax machine.
Apparently that's not my job, and I don't know what else is at this point because I kind of suck at everything. How did I ever make it in the spy business? And we're outside. We're in Party Alley, and now I can actually look at the map. Very cool. So here's our first section. Photo 24. And there's a location. We have vending machines, we have phones, we have white checks that are currently locked, and we can also travel while outside only. I guess, does this take me... This might just take me exactly to that bar. Actually, I don't know, because the travel, it just goes wee all the way down there. I actually don't know where I am. I'm still in Party Alley, but where exactly? Is this the bar? I don't know. I shouldn't have traveled so quickly. I want to properly explore where we came from, and now I don't know how to get back to where I came from, but there's so many cool visual details to look at, which is amazing. Let me please, can we just go back to where I was, or no? If I press travel again, will you take me back? You won't. Okay, let me just... When was that? That was right now. Yeah, that was right now. So that's not happening. All good. I have to live with my fast travel. I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am, how I'll get back, but here we are. Scuff run marks across the grain. Ah, there we go. Let's go up this way. Maybe I can make my way back to where I came from and walk here normally. Who knows? It requires a pry bar. Someone's been using this AC as a stash. Dirty Pony smokes Portofurin. It tastes like sawdust and a head rush like contact cement. Reliably bad, but reliable. Hey, delirium -3. Let's give it a go, shall we? Oh, baby. I'm no longer delirious. I can exert myself once more and fail. Just what I wanted. I like the artwork for all of the items though, which is quite nice.
The sour scent of urine surrounds the vending machine. Luckily, the beverages inside look fresh.
Ah, the soul is my money. The sour scent of urine. That really makes me want some Sturdy Pony cigarettes. We have flying cars. Hello? Is that what just went over there? What was that? Hello? Dude, what? That is not the type of technology I was expecting to see. We can buy some Jeffa Red and Black Blend premium canned coffee for the discerning caffeine addict. Goes down smooth. Get a little less fatigued. It's cool that we can maybe have a mixture of stats that will just be constantly balancing the life that we have of how tired, anxious, or delirious we are. Which is pretty cool. So, in our journal, we've made a note of the number for Bagman's TV show, the reality situation. I guess I could go to my magic box and give it a call. That would be perfect work, wouldn't it?
Piss smell waves goodbye to your nostrils.
Thank you. An assortment of junk mail. You mind if I take that? I didn't want to buy one of those at the vending machine. It was expensive. Someone has tried to clean the graffiti here. I've taken the twinkle lights because apparently that's for me. Twinkle, twinkle baby, deck yourself out like a roof gutter during the holidays. Senses +1, shadow play -1. So instead of a jacket, I can wear the lights. Oh, I'm gonna wear the lights and be a little more. I'm gonna sense my environment. There we go. Twinkle toes. Tiny prison bars. For some Suprema 100s. A lot of smokes around here. I can do this. I can take you on. I'm your man. I'm your man. I'm your man. Middle-aged man cranes his neck to look at the top of the pylon. You can see the blue fabric of a worker's uniform under his high-vis vest. Whose man are you?
He blinks at the interruption, startled out of his mantra.
I'm a Renault man. He pats the device cradled in his arms. A certified Renault repair technician. Renault, a diversified communications company local to the state of Portofino, immediately recognizable by its dolphin logo.
That thing he's carrying has got buttons. A little antenna. That's a grade A thingy, all right?
Grade A thingy. Well done. This is because I took my jacket off, isn't it? It really is. Because I took my jacket off and lost my Technoflex point. That is ridiculous. Have you seen a guy running around in a suit and glasses?
You'll have to be more specific. Seen a couple of guys who match that description. Not that I pay much attention to them.
He is voice acted. He's got a bald spot. Feels good to rub.
They do, don't they? Have to give mine a good scratch every now and then with this helmet on and all.
Your fingertips crawl with sensation, craving the flaky scalp. Do you want me to rub it for you?
Very kind, but no thank you. I have a certain way of doing it. Like how a cat can be particular about how it gets stroked. As to your guy, I don't think I'm tall enough to see other men's bald spots. They're quite common as well, you know?
Okay. White shirt, brown trousers.
The uniform of all those type of men. You'll have to give me something else.
Where did you last see any of them?
Good point. It's been a while since I saw them. Long enough that I don't remember where.
Pseudopod wouldn't have been here a while ago. Never mind.
Right you are.
Any doctors around here?
None that I know of. Which reminds me, I really should get around to registering for a GP.
It won't do him much good. His body's reaching the point where aches and pains are par for the course. What's this thingy? It's a Volskol auto-negotiator, brand new. He shrugs helplessly. I can't keep up with all these futuristic devices. What does it do? Lots of things. Primarily it picks up wireless networks, but it also detects radio frequencies and other electrical signals so you can track their source. Like, spy signals? You listening in on me, man? You'd rather do things the old-fashioned way? Cables would certainly be more relevant to my experience, but I'm retired. From that sort of work, at least. Old technology is one of the few places the past can still be touched. Let's move on from the machine. I wish I could say that, but it's an integral part of my job. What are you doing here?
Really? It's often a trivial issue with them. A part slightly out of place or the paper is jammed. I wish that was the extent of my problems.
That's not what you're saying here, buddy. Oh, just trying and failing to do my job. Again. Feeling you know well enough. Why is my anxiety being raised just because of him? Come on. I'm familiar with the concept of work struggles.
The wireless phone network is routed through electronic boxes called arteries. They work like the old terminal boxes, except there are no cables or wires.
I have a feeling I know why you are trying and failing to do your job, and it might be the fact that you don't actually know what you're saying to me. Because I think what you meant to say was, it's embarrassing really, I'm overqualified for this position and yet I can't even do the simplest tasks asked of me.
What he says doesn't add up. The logic is broken.
I get it. I can't even fix a fax machine. Really? It's often a trivial issue with them a part slightly out of place or the paper's jammed. I wish that was the extent of my problems. I can try again now that I've been given some advice. What is it that you do? I'm hired to perform any necessary maintenance on the terminals and arteries. Technical words that only mean something to those with their prerequisite knowledge. That has only made it less clear to me. I can see that, yes. The wireless phone network is routed through electronic boxes called arteries. They work like the old terminal boxes, like the one attached to this pylon, except there are no cables or wires.
Renotel has been upgrading its payphones across the city. They pretty much all run on wireless signals now.
We stride forth boldly into the immaterial future. Strange, isn't it? We can send telephony data through the air now using radiophonics.
Renotel is developing a range of products with this technology, including portable phones, intercoms, headsets, and codeless scanners.
You may have been on ice for 5 years, but the inexorable march of progress certainly has not. So how do these arteries work? Anytime you pick up a Renotel payphone, the data travels through the air from where you are into one of these boxes and is then routed to whoever it is you're calling. What if I'm using a non-Renotel payphone? There are no non-Renotel payphones left in Portofino. Mr. Reno has an exclusive contract. The result of a non-competitive bidding and a bit of self-dealing on the part of the city's governing elite. Who's Reno? The owner of Renotel. The rich guy at the top of it all. The company is named after him. Imagine being one man in charge of telecommunications across the city. Brave leader charging toward our techno-fascist destiny. A monopolist, he should be put to the sword. I don't see a problem with it as long as you get good service you expect, which is what I'm here trying to ensure. So you have to fix something up there.
Yes, one of the old terminals. It's a terrible tangle of cables up there, but I can handle that. The part I'm struggling with is climbing up this ladder. I'm acrophobic. one of my many fears.
Maybe they're making it hard for you to reach on purpose. Why would they? Suspicious employee deaths? Come on, you really think it's an accident? It's so high up. Sometimes accidents happen. Sometimes it's nobody's fault. Work aside, what else do you get up to? Not a lot, unfortunately. I do collect magnets, though. That's probably the most fun thing about me. Sounds like our man here is missing out on having a gang to confide in. Why magnets? It's a lifetime hobby. I always carry a few around in my pocket so I can see what surfaces they will stick to. Not a lot of people are that into magnets. I suppose you mean that as an insult. I don't feel it that way. No, don't worry, I get obsessed with things too. Oh well, that's good to know. Your obsessions and secret passions have saved you more than once and may yet again. You seem like a nervous man. What are you scared of? Where to even start? I'm scared of heights, wild boars, drains, tuk-tuks, teenagers, the moon. What's wrong with the moon? You haven't been there. And you have? He doesn't answer, at least not with words. No need when your body language matches a spider as it stiffly curls up into a ball to die. How did these fears come about? I've had them for about a decade. I only had one or two at first and slowly acquired more and more over the years. He grimaces, wearing the same look as when you asked him about the moon. This has something to do with the moon, doesn't it? As I said, I would rather not talk about it. He reinforces his words with a stern expression. Sorry to hear life's been so hard on you. Yes, so am I. A terrible thing to live within the ruins of the self. He waits a bit, then lifts his head and smiles. But we keep going any way we can. Have you really been to the moon? I used to live there, if you can call it living. What were you doing there?
Same as everyone else. Mining cadmium, lithium, and other rare minerals. In my case, on behalf of the Illuminated Empire, La Luz.
We got people on the moon in this existence? La Luz, once a powerful empire, now reconstituted as a modern techno-fascist state. The rising military and cultural power of the day. I'm learning things indirectly by talking to this man, like the fact that the moon is populated. Mention of La Luz never fails to make your hairs stand attentive. Luz, techno-fascists, enemy. I've never met anyone who's been on the moon. What's it like? There's no good reason to go there. It hardly supports life, but is all too ready to offer up a drawn-out death. I saw much of it up there. Burned to the insides of his eyes. Statistically, there is more death happening around us here, but it is much crueler on the moon. Perhaps the spirit is divorced from its home soil and cannot so easily return. Wait, you're a spiritualist? It's what gives me hope that one day I will find peace. Of course, it makes the encroaching inevitability of my own death easier to deal with, too. I hope my spirit makes it back without too much friction. As do I. It's a comfort to know that it won't have to travel hundreds of thousands of kilometers through space, at least. I'm curious where this train of thought will go. I didn't realize you were Lusian. That is by design. I got rid of my accent on purpose. It's much easier to fit in here without it. He hit it well. What else could he be hiding? So what are you doing in Portofino now? I'd rather not get into details. Suffice to say, there was nothing left for me up there. Oh, hang on. I love details. They're not very interesting. I wasn't suited to the job I had, so I had to leave. Something happened on the moon. Something he will never be able to face again. I wonder if this guy is who he says he is, especially when there was something that didn't line up earlier about his job. Do you like living here in Portofino? Very much. It's fairly peaceful. Though I will admit I'm getting a little bit sick of mantis shrimp. It's nice to see the children here falling in love with the same toys I grew up with too. Lots of Lusian imports and such. Very nostalgic for me. Let's talk about the moon again. If we must. Do you know anything about a miracle? Show him the card.
I would say we're all short of one these days. That must be referring to the Miracle Line. Renotel's longest running and top performing fixed line.
Ah. That's not the bar. Technical talk for a landline. It's connected to the network by copper wire. How long has it been running?
Must be just over a decade at this point. It's actually the last payphone in Portofino to still be running the old way. Now they've all gone wireless.
Why hasn't it gone wireless yet?
The line cannot go down, not even for a second, which means it cannot be serviced or upgraded. First thing they taught me when I joined.
That's pretty crazy. So what do we... Okay. Gotta come down eventually.
The reason being, or so I've heard, is that Renotel would incur a bill of such whopping proportions that it could risk the whole company going under.
Anybody got a pair of scissors? I'm gonna go cut a line. A secret powerful enough to efface an entire corporation. What else do you know?
No further details, unfortunately. It's just one of those stories that gets circulated among the staff. The unrealized loss, they call it. The company's big secret. Knowing away at its foundation like a rat in the shadows.
We now have unlocked conditioning. We have thoughts. We do indeed have a thought section. So I have the television within my brain. The unrealized loss, credit and debit, the sinister twins haunting your household. Don't worry, they're not real until they hit the balance sheet, just movements in the dark. Reinforced effects, I will have gray matter skill potential and cold read skill potential +1. Gain advanced foreboding status effect when anxious. Violations, temporarily lose reinforced effects. Gain intellect disadvantage when purchasing cigarettes, alcohol, or coffee. And I need a skill point to condition it. Whoa, I can click on this. Whoa, I can click on this. Ew. Empty. No thoughts in this brain of mine. So if I violate a conditioned thought, I get a debuff as a result. How is it performing so well?
That'll be down to Duchess and the service she provides.
He raises his brows suggestively. Way he said service like he meant it's a sex line?
Yes, operated by Renotel, manned by the inimitable Duchess.
Have you used it yourself?
No, that kind of thing isn't for me. It's just part of the job to know about it. Make sure it stays operational. You know why now.
The world is driven on sex and people's needs for it. If that goes down for a second, there'll be riots in the streets. Where can I find this miracle?
It's the old payphone along the back ways, west of the dock.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
I'll leave you to it.
As you depart, the chant of "I'm your man" starts back up behind you.
Hey, you know, honestly, I almost didn't talk to this guy, and I was just going to keep walking around because I'm like, okay, seems like some sort of repairman. We actually learnt a lot about stuff that we're already thinking about, so got to talk to people. Short climb to the top. Hey, would you like me to do this for you? A delivery of high grip tires to more adventurous vehicles. Hey, buddy, I'll do this for you. I'm an expert at this kind of thing. Maybe I should put on my, my Technoflex. Let me get a little Technoflexy with it. They might need something. You have fear of heights? I'm up here. It's a video game after all.
A slanted aluminium box is bolted into the pylon's spine. Beneath the friendly dolphin emblem, the word Renotel was etched into the metal.
Open the box.
Inside, a slab of beige plastic, an old terminal. Behind a clouded sheet of polyglass, the screen remains black.
Definitely a lot of cables up here. Look for a way to activate the terminal. I'm quite tech savvy, of course. I know how to do things.
No buttons on the outer housing that you can see. No glowing standby light.
Run your fingers along the underside.
Your fingers find a steel drawer. It slides out with a creak, revealing a keyboard designed for gloves. Each key a chunky slab.
Gloves like ones that might be a little bit less conductive to electricity if it's a danger thing, or just that people in work gear are usually pressing these buttons on these chunky keys. I have no gloves, press the on button.
A low wavering whine. Behind glass, the cathode ray tube flickers once, twice, then flashes white. System waking. Please wait. Mem check 00016 KB. OK ports. Com1, Com2, AUX, trunk. Diagnostic mode enabled.
It is funny because this is dialogue that I wouldn't expect to be voiced, so it's funny hearing it. I mean, it's what I do when I voice text the same way, and I always go, this feels really weird to say.
Welcome to Renotel Control version 1.2. Copyright 87 Renotel. Enter command.
Help.
Available commands. 1. Line diag. 2. Trunkmon. 3. Network.
So we got diagnostics on the line, we have a trunk monitor, and the network. Can I use this for anything?
Based on the available options, this is a maintenance terminal. You might be able to get information on the Renotel network from here.
Trunk monitor, what's that about?
You know, for monitoring trunks.
Still sharp? Still tight?
The terminal clunks, as if it's exhaling static.
The first option, some diagnostics tool.
So the name suggests. As for what kind of diagnostics, there's only one way to find out.
Got it.
The screen flickers, awaiting your input.
Line diag.
Line diagnostic mode. Enter landline identifier to proceed. Line ID.
Splat your whole hand on the keyboard. 777777.
The machine's internal speaker beeps sharply.
Maybe later.
The screen flickers, awaiting your input.
I'll
You close the box.
step away from the terminal. I'm gonna talk to my guy down here and say, hey man, your fear of heights? Don't even stress. I've sorted this for you. I love this giant leg part of a statue that is that used to exist as part of a bigger whole at some point in time. It's very cool to take in the environmental artwork and the visual feel of this place. Any luck with whatever it is you're doing? Not at all, he says. Well, hey, you want to give me the thing for up there? Let's talk about the miracle line again.
Of course.
He says with misplaced pride.
Sure.
I don't know if I have anything else to get from this guy. It's cool to keep your brain active in your older years with your magnets hobby, though.
As you depart.
Okay. I might have to investigate, or I just did the wrong dialogue options to say, hey, I can help you with that, and I didn't say it. A giant made of concrete, long defeated. Probably back in the day with this La Luz Empire. Party Alley, Zona Tres. Canal played in that basement. What? Not the Canal. No open flames, including lit cigarettes. Shall we smoke a cigarette right by it? Wouldn't that be perfect? Now, in terms of where we are, the Palace of Culture, I don't actually know where I am, just the fact that I pressed the travel button once, and then it's, I guess maybe it's taken me to, like, a specific spot in Party Alley. But I do not have a marker on, like, where I am right now. So, I gotta find my way back to where we came from. I found my way back to where we came from. Photo 24, perfect. So I guess that's what, when we press travel on the map, it takes us to a set point in Party Alley. And I probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Because now I'm back here. A sour smell rises, drink flies and scuttling things. An oxen bock, the people's beer, drunken bars, harbors, kitchens, and streets across the world. Pale, crisp glow of a reading lamp shines from the window. I think this is the dumpster that I heard when I was upstairs, right? I said, someone's doing something down there. 2 species of ivy crawl over the railing, a joint invasion. Beyond lies a mountainside layered with residential buildings. This place really loves its wild boars. It's part of the imagery. Oh my god. This car feels so nostalgic. Look at it. This tuk-tuk has been parked for some time. Man, this is really cool. A portrait has been stenciled over the movie poster. My son dresses like a Lusian now. It's disgusting. Womb-grown bullets, perhaps there is such a thing as the perfect animal. Propaganda, the consumerism must be this way. the Gisak roundabout. Small miracle to have just 1 tile missing. Used to be a normal bazaar, now it's all contraband. Have a luscious display. Another bottle just for me. At the moment, I'm just spending a lot of time really wanting to look at stuff. Okay, we don't have flying cars. We have a monorail. What is it called? What do they call those things? Symbol of Portofiero's pride. Skyrail. The bin is no longer hungry. And fare evasion has worn these bars out. So there's not flying cars. There is a rail system, which is cool. Is this my miracle lion?
Payphone's handset. A dolphin emblem smiles at you, its eyes wide.
I can spend 2 soul to call Bagman, but what if I go back to my magic box? But what if that compromises my line? They can track it to the spy place. Look at the dolphin emblem.
The dolphin's playful gaze remains fixed on you. Your gaze wanders away. The dolphin doesn't seem to mind at all.
Poke the dolphin's nose.
Your finger depresses the yielding material.
It's fluffy.
Up, down, up, down. Sensual pleasure.
Yeah, sensual dolphin nose flicking.
You watch the dolphin pop back up, then squish again under the changing pressure of your finger. You lose track of time as you repeat the action.
The cost of losing 5 anxiety is we've been here for hours. Someone's been wanting to use the phone, like, fuck, she's been there the whole time, just... We've lost some time in the day. I'm gonna call Bagman.
Hello and welcome to the reality situation. Before we begin, I just need to check. Is your line secure?
How secure is a public payphone with a dolphin on it? Fuck.
That's a joke, obviously. No line is secure. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, are not secure. Consciousness itself is tapped. The call is coming from inside the house.
I have some questions, Bagman.
Now, what aspect of the situation did you want to ask about?
I gotta go.
Salute.
The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno-tail dolphin eyes you expectantly.
Seems I got nervous and decided not to engage with the phone call. How good's that? Do I know any other phone numbers?
You do not yet have the number of anyone else in this city.
What about numbers outside the city?
There is only one. Melita, your controller. She'd only tell you to get on an aerotram back home again.
Ah, yes, right. The aerotram was mentioned. That's what they call it here, an aerotram.
A direct order which you have so far disobeyed.
I won't give up just because I've been told to.
Whether you want it or not, the number is a lifeline to you. Always there if you need it.
Can't I just dial a random number?
It's certainly possible, though any benefit to doing so is unclear. Don't start wasting your time with prank calls, Operant.
Got it.
The Reno Tail Dolphin eyes you expectantly.
Dial a random number.
You tap out some numbers devoid of reason or thought. Surprisingly, the phone starts ringing immediately. Your breathing is amplified by the transmitter held at your mouth. A clunk. You hear the ambience of another room. An exhale. Then something wet being chewed on over and over.
What are you eating?
Another exhale. The chewing continues.
Hello?
No
Hello?
words. The person on the other end just keeps chewing. In the background, the creak of wood. An aging door used only by the wind.
I'm being pranked by calling them. Aren't you going to say something?
They don't answer.
Where are you?
A half grunt that reveals nothing. Suddenly, the line goes dead. They hung up. The receiver clicks back into place. The Reno Tail Dolphin eyes you expectantly.
Second random number.
The phone rings in your ear, connecting you distantly to some unknown place. No one picks up your call. The ringing continues in your ear until it doesn't.
Let's call my lifeline.
The phone rings as you stand in wait. After a while, it becomes clear that no one is going to answer.
As it's not from the magic box, hang up.
You place the receiver back on its cradle.
What a waste of money. Well, you know, money means nothing next to a learned experience. Like, calling a random number and hearing a bunch of chewing noises.
You step away from the payphone.
The cost of lowered anxiety. Hey, tall lady, you want my attention? Water gurgles beneath. I'm trying not to talk to everyone right now and get caught in a 5,000-year-long conversation. So give me a second. Precaution. West exit. Pedestrians only. I'm just trying to soak in the vibes as it's now raining and the time has gone to a different time of day. And I really want to see more of this location. On the verge of collapse, worn away by water. Seems I can go down there. Let's get a lay of the land before we get lost in convo. The surface of the window bends light oddly. Visitors, please use intercom. I'm a visitor. Behind the advertisement, a path. Rusted catwalk creaks under every tread. An old ladder caked in dried bird shit. Just my kind of ladder. Acceso solo personal autorizado. Don't know what this guy's deal is.
So high it overflows the rim of the metal container.
Hey mate, just a dumpster diver. I'll be right back. Hey look, the aerotram.
The sanitation crews are running behind schedule.
Here inside.
The layers of detritus are many days deep. A whole history of discarded artifacts is piled up in front of you.
Let me put my lights on. I can't equip while I'm in conversation, which makes sense. My senses.
This bin is an archive. Search it and you may conjure the recent history of this place.
That's actually really funny. If I had the lights on, my shadow play would have failed. Perform urban forensics on the rubbish is a miracle is required, unfortunately. That's enough for me.
The rubbish container and all its spoils continue to rot through time.
An unfortunate lack of dice success means I'm probably not going to roll on the 2, but it would probably be the only time I would succeed. Surely. A weathered aluminum sign warning against docking here. And someone has indeed docked here. I can't get on it, but I can see that it's smoking. maybe something for later. So we're going to head back into the town, and with that one, I'm going to say this has been my first 2 hours. My first 2 hours with Zero Parades, as we look at shadowed waters wrinkling below an isolated cutout of an abyssal sea. We're going to return to this center here, to this roundabout, and bring our first look at Zero Parades to a close. So this was just a bit of a preview, a bit of an insight into this game, and something that genuinely does have my interest, right? I do feel very intrigued by this game and its presentation. I think it looks gorgeous. It's something that feels so strangely familiar, you know, in the sense that I almost feel like this game could be called, like, let's say that the Zaum drama didn't happen and people stay at the company, no layoffs occurred, none of that drama happened. Could this have been Disco Elysium 2? Could this have been like a different type of story? You know, maybe. I think that Zero Parades probably occurred as a result, you know? Like, we've got different locations, different lore, obviously. It's not going to be in the same world. It does make me wonder if we got this game instead, or whether we were going to get both, you know, if there was a Disco sequel and a different type of experience. But I do have like this thought process that it feels like Disco Elysium wearing, you know, a different shell. And that makes sense coming from Zaum. I don't know how to really word this thought, you know, it feels quite conflicting. I'm very intrigued and curious about this game, and I would like to experience more of it for sure. At the moment, I just wanted to dive in and take a look at the opening section of the game. So if you would like to see this continue, if you want to see a Zero Parades playthrough properly on the channel, I would love your input, I would love your feedback. So please leave a like and comment on the video and tell me your thoughts about Zero Parade based on this video. Are you excited to pick up the game? Will you be buying it? Will you be playing it? And would you like to see an Apocalypse playthrough of the whole adventure? So I'm definitely very curious about your thoughts as well. Help me figure out my conflicted nature towards this experience. I have positive takeaways from this game. I am really enjoying the presentation. And like I said, there's a lot of familiarity here. It's kind of like I'm used to a lot of this menuing and this kind of, you know, presentation. And this is probably as disco-like as you're going to get because it comes from a lot of the same devs, a lot of new devs that have come into the company. And I will be keeping my eyes out on, you know, the other sort of fragmented developers that are working on their own sort of disco-like experiences, as well as games that have already come out. Like I said, Esoteric Ebb definitely is one that I will be doing a full playthrough for. And obviously, the game that inspired a lot of these, Planescape Torment, is one that's on my to-do list as well that I will absolutely be experiencing. But this one is in a curious position because I'm testing it out before the game has even released. There's a lot of new games that I'm very interested in playing, but I would love your thoughts. So definitely let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on Zero Parades. Subscribe if you haven't already, please. Your support on the channel means a lot to me. And I will be seeing you in the future, either for more Zero Parades, Esoteric Ebb, a lot of the other disco-like experiences, and whatever else type of experiences that I drop on the channel. I hope to see you there for all of those. So thank you so much for watching Zero Parades, and I will see you next time.